welcome back. You're back again on One Mic Media, and we're here today to discuss House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 4, which was a great episode. I'm so excited to discuss it with my usual crew. Gotta bring them in one by one. My man, he actually here for the introduction this time. Smoking a pack for the queen that never was. My man, Mr. E. Money.
Yo, you already know. This for
What's
her.
good? See, got you an intro this time, baby. You on time? You know what I mean? Got to also give it up for my homegirl who always got the best opinions on this show. Makes me laugh. My girl Chloe Diz. What's up, Chloe?
Hey, what's up?
What's
Let's
going
go.
on?
And of course, my fellow Game of Thrones originator, my man Josh. What's good? Joshua Blackfire. What's good, Josh?
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of a sheep.
We
Ooh,
coming ready today. We got a lot of smoke today.
Ooh, a lot of smoke.
Lord Tywin Lannister. That was. In case you didn't know. So yeah, let's go back. I mean, as we know, this episode, I want to start with Damon because Damon had a lot of stuff that didn't really contribute to the bigger part of the episode. So I just want to kind of get Damon out the way. But Damon is still in Harrenhal. That's what the episode starts at. I was actually too, and he keeps having these dreams, and it starts with these dream about Rhaenyra on the throne. He wakes up. They send the ravens from Dragonstone, and he's not responding to, and he's I guess still trying to get him an army where he's at. But also he keeps having these dreams, and then later on down the line episode, he meets Alice Rivers, the witch, and basically, she's telling him that the castle's cursed, which we already know. Even the bed he sleeping on is cursed, and that he will continue having them type of dreams and stuff like that. So, Josh, how you feeling about Damon and Harrenhal right now? Before we move on from that.
I think it's great. I think at the moment, because of the magic of Harrenhal, which we'll get into later, Damon is essentially going through the labyrinth of Damon, right? For the majority of his life, people have been on the receiving end of his actions. Now he's the sole aggressor of his actions and the person who receives them. So this is the first time that he's experiencing these, I guess, these feelings and these hard truths that are so cleverly created in terms of a metaphor. And of course, Rhaenyra on the throne. I think we had the reverse of that in season 1 when Damon was on Viserys' throne and
Right.
Rhaenyra was like, "Oh, you could
Season
be
one,
hanged for
episode one,
treason."
actually. Yeah, that's when they first
Right.
met. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I thought it was a great mirror reaction of his self-conscious. So I loved it a lot. But then I was doing my due diligence last night, and I realized why Harrenhal is haunted. But I'll save that for another time until you're ready to talk about that, Big Mike.
Okay, yeah, we can get into that. That's not a show spoiler. I think they talked about it in the books. I mean, in the show last night, matter of fact, they talked about it. But Chloe, how you feeling about Damon and what he going through over there at Harrenhal?
So he got into a fight with his wife's niece, and so he he went on a little voyage, right? So he over there in Harrenhal in that busted down place, and he don't want to go back home. So from the looks of it, it looks like he just, he wants to ride this trippy ride, right? He's seeing things, and a normal person who would see those things would be like, "I'm out.
Right.
I'll catch y'all later." Like, we'll be back. But he went as far as to drinking the juice. He sipped the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So I think that he is enjoying himself a little too much over there. And it's kind of like he's the king of the castle over there. So he kind of get a little feel of that king life.
Yeah. E, how you feeling about Damon and his little
Man, listen. All right, so I was confused about that whole thing. Hearing y'all talk about it is giving me more clarity on what's going on. Because I'm like, yo, listen, he need to cut that. The way he cutting them dreams, he need to cut that shorty head that was standing over there with the cup and all that.
The witch, Alice.
The
Rivers,
witch, right? Yeah, because I'm thinking she doing shit to him while he sleep.
I think she is though still.
Oh, is she? See, it
She is a witch.
seemed like it.
Yeah.
It seemed like it, yo. Like, I don't know. It's all right. So he got a taste of his own medicine, right? That's what some of them visions was for. He got a taste of his own medicine. But the shit Rhaenyra was saying was real. That was real.
Yeah,
that was some real shit.
You hate me because your brother loved me more than he loved you.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
but that's true. You are that is the brother's, daughter. Like
right. He should love his daughter more than he loves his
right,
daughter.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's true. It's not a lie there. He should know that. But what confuses me is, all right, the guy, the gimpy guy with the secrets, that's his castle. That's his family. Right.
It's his castle. Yeah, it's really his
castle.
It's
his cat. Okay, it's his castle.
His family, his castle. Yeah.
So how does this benefit Damien?
So, and it's not a spoiler, but basically it's the location, Harrenhal. I gotta say this for club because you would kill me, but it's a location because it's the biggest castle in the whole Westeros. So
looking like shit like that. Y'all let the
biggest
castle look like shit.
Yeah, well, Josh can get into what happened to Harrenhal. I can let him get into that, but it's still the biggest, and the location is a good center for what he's fighting at. Basically, without spoiling it. But Josh, we can get into it now. Like what happened to Harrenhal?
Yeah, you gotta get because that lost me. That's the only part.
Josh, can you hear? You on mute still?
Yeah, I just wanted to pull something up for everybody.
Pull something up for us, yeah.
Hopefully that'll help a little bit.
I mean, I know, but I'm gonna let Josh do his thing.
Mm-hmm. No, I like that y'all know though, because y'all keep me like y'all. It'd be spoilery territory, but it don't really be spoiler territory because they switch shit up. They switch a lot of shit up as I was seeing.
Put that up, Josh.
Yes.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. Now show me where it's at.
All right. So right here, you see this E?
Yeah.
This is King's Landing, right?
Right.
This is Harrenhal. Right in the middle, right? Castle Rock's over here.
That's Lannister place.
Lannister, Highgarden,
right, yeah.
Storm's End, and Dorne.
So Rhaenyra is
we gotta zoom out.
All the way at the end.
Right by King's Landing. Rhaenyra's in Dragonstone. Show him Dragonstone, Josh.
Oh, right across the bay.
What the fuck? That's
there's
mad.
Dragonstone. There's King's Landing.
That's right too close, yo. That's mad close.
Yeah. But that's how they capping until today, right? They was just playing around because they easily could have got busy anytime. Both of them.
Right. Because they're right there. I thought they were further than that.
So this battle that we see in the episode, it took place.
Where that take place at?
That took place at Rook's Rest.
Right there.
Yeah, right
this is Duskendale because they mentioned
that's it in the close. That's still close.
Yeah. So very, very close.
What the fuck?
Right.
Oh,
so
man.
The reason why people say let's keep that up for a second, Josh. Like where the Starks at? We'll go up. The Starks are in the north, right? And they have nothing to do with this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say they're away from everying. They're not even buying nothing.
But you see, the north is a big place.
Yeah, that's big as shit.
But they got nothing to do with this war and nothing like that. They way the hell up there.
So they just up there chilling. They ain't got nothing to do with that. They keeping their royalty. They keeping their royalty clean.
So yeah,
okay.
if you ever look at it, especially for the Game of Thrones show, where they're really everywhere, you really start to understand how things are. But anyway, the castle, it's been cursed for a long time. And in the episode we just watched, the witch said that, and it's the truth, because they built the castle on those weirwood trees.
Oh yeah, she did say that. She said the bed was made of that shit too.
Yeah, the castle and the bed. So they tore down the trees, and those trees are from the old gods, and then left the castle cursed. Right. So the faces inside those trees are faces of the gods. So when they tore them down, the gods didn't like it, so left the castle cursed.
Why would they tear it down instead of just building the castle with it?
Also,
so you could be in the god's favorite.
Also, Big Mike, it's also ground zero for the Children of the Forest because it's the Isle of Faces. So that's where the God's Eye is as well. That's you see this little thing in the middle right here?
Yep.
Where?
That's the Isle of Faces.
Right.
Like the eye or a bullseye, right?
Yeah.
So that's where all that power originates from. So that's why anyone who goes there is going to see those visions from the weirwood trees.
So, and just to wrap this up, even though it got burned down by a dragon initially, is why it looked like that. you could say it got burned down because it was cursed.
Right.
So it's like, what can't first stuff like that. So that's where it's at. But yeah, we can get back to it.
All right, that's fire, yo. Good look. I appreciate that. That's fire. So all right, so Damien can't harness that? He can't use that?
Nah, it's not his family. See, what happened is that the Alice Rivers lady, she's an old god witch. So they feel like all those Targaryens came to Westeros, took over anyway. So
so she not winning. He got to get rid of her then.
Yeah,
she not winning. She a problem.
Yeah,
see, I thought she was like on some like.
But I tell you what
like
though. I'll tell you what though. I don't know if I would leave if I needed for war, but I don't want to sleep on a damn bed that's made of wood.
No, I wouldn't see it. She should have told me that bed would have been out.
By the way, she has to be over what 400 years old. She's like Melisandre. She got to be.
There's no way for him to manipulate that. Yeah. Man, I tried.
So, but anyway, we do see that he talks to the one kid, one of the Tully grandson. He's trying to get him to kill his grandfather. He like,
yeah, you see his face? He was like,
yeah. He's like, I love my grandpa. I ain't doing that. What are you talking about? Stuff like that. So then Damon tries another way, and the last vision we see his ex baby mama, Lena, stuff like that, in that vision. So, that's the end of Damon. I just want to get through that.
Yeah. So what did that vision mean though of the baby mom?
I think Rhaenyra and her. Are you seeing them both because
he loved them?
No, because he made mistakes. Rhaenyra because that's his niece. I think her, if you remember in season 1, she wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Where she was at, Pentos, and go back home, and he was like, no. And then she died. Well, she got, she was dying having childbirth.
Yep.
And she felt like she would have got better care back at home. So he felt like he made a mistake. The black chick.
The way I've been viewing this episode the entire time, as soon as I saw the visions with Damon, and they got confirmed at a later scene we'll talk about, I looked at it like Return of the Jedi when Luke is training with Master Yoda on Dagobah. And he goes through that. He has.
He goes through the visions.
Those demons, those daemons, right? He has to conquer. That's how I was viewing it.
All right, yeah, because I mean, when he was, we're still on Damien, right? So we talk about every. All right, so when he was running through the hallway and he was following that long white hair, I'm not gonna lie, that walk looked like Heyman's walk. And if Matt Smith got that boy walk down pack like that, that's a good ass.
That was him. You saw when he turned around?
Yo, I swear to God, bro. I was like, yo, this nigga is following Aemon. What the fuck is Aemon gonna show him? And it turned around and it was him. I'm like, oh shit. And then I just realized the letter switch. Damon, take the D, Aemon. I'm like, oh.
You see everybody saying Aemon is a young Damon, basically.
Yeah, he is though. He kind of is, but nah, I think Damon more ruthless. I'm sorry.
Well,
Aemon's smart though. Jesus, scary smart.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But let's switch over to the next scene where we Rhaenys. But Rhaenys back at Driftmarsh.
Rhaenys.
She walk up on Alan and she see that she knows that her husband was cheating on her, and that's one of his babies. But I guess she see him for the first time in his face. And
right.
I guess she said, she know what his mom looked like and all this type of stuff. But then she get on Corlys and say, yo, just because you was cheating and had a baby, don't treat him bad. Like, he saved your life. He should be at a higher position right now. Let me go to Chloe. How you feel about that with Rhaenys and Corlys and Alan at this time?
I felt like she was trying to pretend like she wasn't big mad, but she was big mad. I feel like that after she seen that, that's what made her want to hop on that dragon and burn stuff up, because she seen the fruits of his labor. And she was trying to, her face, and she was trying to act all cool and nonchalant about it, but she was all touching him a little too much. I was like, that's a little. It was given, don't touch my hair, okay? When she reached out to touch his face, that's how I was feeling, just a little bit. Because he knows who she is, and she just come up and just touches him. Like, who said you could touch me? So that's how I was feeling. Don't touch my hair. I was like, this is a don't touch my hair situation.
Chloe, you definitely gonna lose your head.
You could see it all on his face. I mean, he let her do it, but it still was reading. You didn't see his face. He was like, "That's the same face you give when
I
somebody."
respected his face. His face to me felt modest, like he was kind of honored, but distraught in what was going on. Like he looked a little bit lost, but I felt like he kind of had honor with it too, though.
I don't know. It was given. It was given. He didn't know what to expect from that lady. He didn't know what was going to come out her mouth, and she touched him. So he like, is she about to do something crazy, or what is she about to do?
I think it's a lot of unspoken to me because, like, so he knows Corliss is his dad, right? And she knows that Corliss is his dad, but he don't know if she know that Corliss is his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he like, I don't want to. I'm gonna walk soft here because I don't know how she's gonna feel about me. Because if you go back to Game of Thrones, right, with what's her name, Catelyn Stark or whatever, she tried to have Jon Snow killed when he was a kid because he was a bastard.
I remember that.
Yeah, because back then it's like if my husband had a baby out of wedlock, that kid gotta go. So I feel like he was trying to tread lightly a little bit, like I don't know, what she might do to me here. But Josh, go ahead, you can step in there.
Yeah, at the first part, I did see Rhaenys's gratitude though, because he did save her husband's life, and it happened to be his son. So that's why I'm sure that's why she went back and said what Big Mike said, yo, he can't be living like a peasant. He gotta be in some royal robe sometimes. You can't be treating him like that. But at the same time, to Alan's credit, he ain't about that life. But it's interesting that his brother is. So that'll be interesting to see how that develops and see what happens there.
Yeah, I think it's if you look at all the bastards besides Jon Snow, really, in the Game of Thrones, they all treated like peasants. So I guess it's kind of embarrassing back then to have a kid out of wedlock or whatever. I mean, on your wife, but you gotta you can't put him in a royal family, or you shouldn't, I guess.
Hold on. I have to call a little bit of cap here because each region.
I definitely was about to say that.
Each region has a process for that. What's their last name automatically by the region, Big Mike?
It depends on where they live at. So
that's my point. So that's mandated by the crown.
Okay, but if you look at all the Targaryen bastards, none of them allowed inside the Red Keep. They all live in like bums and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Maybe because they are, Targaryen. I don't know. Robert Baratheon, he had a bunch of bastards, like Gendry, that was living like a bum too, or whatever, even though that was his son. So I feel like when you got a bastard or like a kid that's not your wife, you're like, you know what? I can't bring him around. Like
Rhaenyra got her bastards right up in there.
Well, but she's the mom though. It's a little different or whatnot.
Is it?
and this is how I feel, right? That made me like her even more. That's what her death hit me even harder because the way she treated that man. You understand me? First of all, shout out to him because he was on another show I used to watch on HBO, and he was a robot.
Okay.
So I'm glad he got work. You feel me? Shout out to him for getting work. And now let me get back to that. The way she said it, right? Like even when she touched him, it was like, your mom must have been beautiful. You understand me? Like she know that man. She know her worth. She know his worth. She know that work that man got going on. So I'm like her not being dumb and being smart, but also telling him, letting him know, like, yo, old boy strong, old boy saved you. Old boy also looked like he could put in some work. So you might want to add that man to the mix for real. Because Joffrey wasn't putting in no work. We saw what he was about. Yeah.
Oh, the other son you mean?
Yeah, the other son. Yeah. So
Lenore.
Me being, I would have, I'm sorry, I'd have definitely had them boys sharp. I ain't even going front. Even though they bastards and out of wedlock and all that, they'd have been sharp on them shits. I'm telling you. You came out of me, nigga, you still gonna be sharp. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Yeah. Just don't open your damn mouth and fuck up the household. But you gonna be sharp. So I really hope he shine in this.
Well, next we go back to King's Landing, we get our girl Allison, and she got the Plan BT that we saw from last season. And the Maester bring it in, and he all like, whoever gonna take that team, make sure you let them know it's gonna hurt them a little bit, stuff like that. But he know what it is, stuff like that. And then she asked him that he believed that Aegon should have been king, and even again he ain't telling me nothing basically, but he know that he ain't want that boy to be king, stuff like that. But he can't say nothing. He want to keep his job, so I get it. But more of the story is she is pregnant by Sir Kristen Cole, her hypocritical self, and she's taking a plan B. So, Chloe, how you feeling about Allison and that scene right there?
It looked like she was already pregnant. It looked like she was a little late for that tea. It looked like she was showing a little bit because it seemed like before when they took the tea, it was like literally like the next day or the same day, but it was looking like tea might not work. So I wonder if she gonna have like like a baby come out or something. That would be interesting. Like I would love to see the tea not work, even if it's not in the books. I feel like they should do that and make her have a baby, and if she got to deal with her sins.
I mean, you could be right. Cause Cole been gone for a minute.
Yeah, he's been gone.
Yeah, he's been gone for a minute. So, yeah, that's a good point, Chloe. I like that. What you feeling about her being pregnant by Cole E? And
first of all, I don't like that woman at all. I don't have no sympathy for her.
Yeah.
Especially now, like when they made it clear last episode what was really going on, and she know it.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing when you was blinded and you ain't know it. That was fine, but you know it now, and I know you know it because we'll get to that later. I know you know it.
Mm-hmm.
I heard what you said to that boy.
Yeah. Chloe, I'm sorry, not Chloe. Josh, how you feeling about that?
Piece of shit.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. And to add on to both of y'all points, I think that would be cool if that didn't happen, if the tea didn't work, because the king's been dead for a while now. So as Chloe said, she really gonna have to explain that, and her dad's not there, and her I guess favorite son isn't gonna be there at the end of the episode. So it's gonna be interesting to see Alicent's power under an Aemon rule, and we'll get there. But to me, it's just interesting because she's a terrible mother as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's why Aemon has to do what he has to do to get some affection and intimacy.
Oh, you mean curled up with the
that's my point. That comes from a neglect.
Yeah, obviously.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I'm interested to see Alicent's role when things continue. That's all I'm gonna say. I think she gonna get hers.
I mean, it is his wife, but my man was in the fetal position, butt naked, bro. That's a little.
Man. And to be causing havoc and you be in the fetal position, butt naked at some whorehouse, nigga, please. Nobody dying by you no more, man. That's it. Yo, your respect is gone.
Gone, bro.
I'm like your brother laughing in the back.
But back at Rhaenyra's council back on Dragonstone, she's gone because we know she went to do her little mission last week. So, she ain't take a dragon, she took a boat. So it'll take a while to get back. So nobody knows where she at. But the council is being the council like they have been all season, going back and forth. They questioning the kids. And the black chick like, well, maybe you had a dragon. You could do it yourself.
Yo, when she said that shit, I was like, ooh.
Yo, he said what everybody was thinking, because you could have burnt Kristen Cole and it's been done with.
Right.
So I was happy that they actually said that at the council. Like, why didn't you just burn them? Like, why?
But her comeback was good though.
I had to listen to the queen. I had orders.
Right. Yeah.
That was the fact.
I'd be like, oops, the dragon. It was just. I said no, but the dragon said yes.
You know what? Yeah, if she would have said it in a better way, though, she would have to say, the one myth is that our family controls the dragons. I could not control her.
No, Kristen Cole would have been Crispy Cole. He'd have been.
Yep, I'd have been killed his ass. He's dead.
He's not gonna die. I feel like he's not gonna die until next 3 more seasons. I feel like he's gonna be like a Cersei Lannister, like.
Oh my God, they better not, because he's a piece of shit.
I think they will.
A piece of shit.
Because then who else we gonna hate? Who we gonna hate?
I hate all of them. For real. They all gotta go. All the greens gotta go.
Well, the council not listen to Rhaenys either. Then Corlys step up. I didn't know he was coming back with her, but he coming there. and kind of let them know, like, okay, y'all tripping. We gotta stand together right now. And how dare you question his wife and stuff like that? So, real quick on that council, Josh, how you feeling about the black council right there?
Oh yeah, exactly what was needed because, as you said, the entire council was bickering with each other. Like that's really not the point. So they really needed someone to corral control, and Corliss, I think, is great at that. Especially being a man of the sea, that's kind of what they're known for. So it's a great trait to have quick, succinct orders that can save lives. Simple, very simple. So I can see, hopefully, that Rhaenyra will actually elevate Corliss in some way, because especially with Daemon gone, he's what the one thing that Aemon has over Daemon is strategy. And to East's point, the one thing that Daemon has over Aemon is ruthlessness, right? Because if Daemon had Vhagar, he would have did that on purpose. Vhagar did it by accident. So so I definitely agree with you there. But with Rhaenyra, I think she understands that certain things aren't her strengths. But for Corliss, organizing a military from by land and by sea, I mean that is a massive asset right now, and he's able to get the respect of your council. That's exactly what you need right now.
Right. Let's say it how it is, man. It felt good to see the black man with the dreads come up in the room and everybody chicken up. Yeah, be quiet, motherfucker. A real person that go to war is back, and he coming through, and he like that. Yeah. Respect his wife. Yeah. So I make her burn you. Get a whole new council.
I can go with that, E. Let me move forward. Speaking of Sir Kristen Cole, Chloe, you were talking about earlier, we see he done his army's getting bigger and bigger, and he some people won't bend the knee though. They still down for Rhaenyra. They remember
him.
They remember when Viserys named her his heir. They're not going against that. And my man Lord Declan here, he willing to die for it. So end of the day, he gets sentenced to death. And he wound up getting his head chopped off by Cole, and then they decided to head to the next spot. Chloe, how you feeling about that part of it? Him wanting to die for that, getting his head chopped off there.
I feel like it's silly to me. I don't know. I always feel like it's silly, this whole loyalty thing, because it's like you could be loyal to something. Like he could have just bent the knee and then did some espionage on the other side. Like if someone was like, "Oh, bend the knee," and I'm really not for it, I'm bending the knee because you live to see another day, and then you could sabotage stuff from the inside. But nobody thinks of strategy like that. It's like, oh no, honor. Like nobody's writing about you in no book, bro. Like you're dead. It's over.
You got a good point, and I want to elaborate on that in a bit. E, how you feeling about my man who decided, look, man, I'm not better than need to Aegon, and you got to kill me. What you feeling about that, E?
I respected that shit, man. You motherfuckers stole the throne. Niggas know. People know. Yeah. You know what I mean? It ain't just Rhaenyra just figuring that out. People been knew you stole the throne. Man, we not about to play and act like that shit was, that's something new. And I like how he was still talking greasy, knowing he was going to die. I'd have been saying the same. I'd have been like, man, Cole, you a bitch. You a whole certified bitch standing there with that sword. Cut, nigga, swing. But yeah, I respected that. He went out like a G for the Reds. That shit was very honorable. Very.
Josh, how you feeling about that?
What are they, the blacks or the Reds? I said the Reds. The blacks, right?
Oh yeah, blacks, yeah.
Yeah, for the blacks, yeah. Yeah.
But I agree. I agree with a close point. Like sometimes you gotta, protect yourself, but at the same time, in the realm, I would say honor is as good as gold. Depending when you are, and I guess the Riverlands are close enough to the north where honor is, very in high regard. So I saw that scene as the honorable versus the dishonorable, because for me, it was a direct parallel with Ned Stark in the opening scene of Game of Thrones. When you give down to justice, you have to swing the sword, right? Yeah. But corny Cole doing that, like he's not fit to
judge anybody.
Be the moral hierarchy for anybody in the realm, right? And I love how he talked about you're staining the white cloak, basically. I thought that was very clever. And he spat on my man feet. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. To me, that was a Ned Stark move. So I'm glad they did it that way.
For me, it was the same thing as when old boy said Rhaenyra kids was bastards. Like, okay, you said it, and then you got your head chopped off. Like,
now, but him. But listen, this is the difference, though. He was in a way higher position. That's different. When you in a high position like that, shut the fuck up. You already know you too close to the motherfuckers that can just do what they want. So shut up. I'm not saying shit about no bastards.
He should have just bent the knee, bro.
Yeah.
He should have just bent the knee. And I mean, I think it's so stupid. I'm sorry. Like, I just think it's like, even with gangs, it's like, oh wow, I died for my gang, but bro, you dead now. Now you on a t-shirt. Nobody cares. Like, even if you get a mural, they're gonna just do graffiti on it. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, it's just it's silly. Like, you can't do nothing once you dead. Like, you can't even haunt nobody. But if you're alive, you can, get into the castle, do things like destroy things, mess up plans, or strategize. But your head just rolling on the ground, and he took your army.
So it's two ways of thinking. I definitely get both ways. Like Josh said, honorable versus dishonorable. Mm-hmm. If you go back to Aegon the Conqueror, just to go back in the story, for E and stuff like that, when he came and took the whole Westeros, a lot of people fought. A lot of people died by the dragon, right? A lot of people got killed. But then the Stark in the north, he bent the knee. And he was named the King Who Knelt. But he bent the knee, he saved the whole north, and became Ward of the North. So they didn't mess with the North no more after that because he bent the knee. So it depends on, how you look at it. So Clo definitely got some points. So.
Yeah, Clo gonna come in and sabotage your little shit and, fuck around and get caught, die later anyway. Mike. The ones that die with their honor on the spot. You understand?
Or when they say run, I'm going to be hiding behind somebody's bush. Like, I'm not fighting for you. Like, what? Like, did y'all not see when they marched into the... Okay, listen to this scene and we'll get to it. But remember when they was chopping the wood in the forest or whatever? Yeah. And old boy was like, let's go. It was still people chopping wood while they was going. Those people was probably safe.
Yeah. Well,
I would be chilling in the back. I'd be like, all right, y'all first. We'll come. I ain't gonna be in the front line after I've been the knee now. I'm gonna be in the back. I'm gonna be stocking the chopping wood or something. Like, ain't nobody gonna be first and foremost.
Clo said, I'm gonna survive by any means.
Survive. Listen, you surviving, you survive. If you don't, your head chopped off and rolling on the ground. Even babies.
Let's move on to Aegon back at King's Landing in his council room. And, he's pissed off because ain't nobody telling him nothing. And Harrenhal got taken. He mad at Larys for letting it get taken. Larys like, don't worry about it. That castle ain't shit anyway. But Aegon come up and say, listen, me and Cole got a strategy going already, so I don't know what to tell you. And he's mad because him and Cole been talking behind his back, basically. But then he starts speaking in the High Valyrian, and he wound up embarrassing Aegon because Aegon don't know it like he do, and walks away. So let me start back to Josh. How you feel about this scene right here in the Green Council room?
Yeah, this is exactly what Aemon was thinking about in the brothel. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my man back like this in high society where you want to be respected. It's all right. You can laugh at me now, right? But you're not laughing now, are you?
Hey, how you felt about that when we played him out in the council room there?
Right. So I didn't get that he didn't understand it. I thought he understood what everything he was saying to him.
No, he understood it, but he can't speak it. So that's why he spoke back gibberish. He said, "I can make a war," and like back, he didn't know what he didn't know what to say. He didn't learn it well. He didn't know how to speak it well. Basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Me, if I was the king and that happened, the first thing I would have went back to is, you're right. You can speak a good language. That's right. How you been practicing with your whore that you've been balled up with? Right. See, it's simple. Simple. Had the whole fucking place laughing. It's simple. Like,
All right.
but he let him get him out his character. You feel me?
did.
Don't never get out your character. You got to keep your character.
Right. He the little brother too. The guy
Right.
Like that.
Got him like that.
Kalo, how you felt about that scene? Yeah.
I feel like it was just, first of all, if all he wanted to do was have fun, drink, hang out with his buddies.
Yep.
He was bored at the meeting.
Yeah.
Like, just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Like, I get why he was mad, because, you know, he kind of came at him, but I'd have been like, bro, good, go do my work. I'm about to go chill over here real quick. Like, that's all he had to do was just let them, and we'll get to his mother's.
Yeah, his mother, yeah.
But he basically has, like, what is it, like the cushiony, he has it laid out for him, the red carpet. You just sit there and chill and let these people do what they need to do. You don't gotta do nothing.
But that don't give you no glory at the end of the
Doesn't
video.
matter. It don't matter.
Nah, it matters because your respect.
No, the respect
it's gonna
is
go right out.
The respect is y'all have to do what I say. Period.
Right.
So if I didn't come up with a strategy, that's like you going into a room, right? A classroom. If somebody did the homework for you, or did the group project, and you mad because you ain't get, like, your name's still going on a group project, bro. You don't have to do nothing. But you mad because they was over here doing the project without you. Makes no sense.
I mean, I lost the experience.
Now the other person was smarter than you because
you experience. He ain't want the experience. He was sitting in the council meeting and said, "I'm bored. Y'all boring me." He ain't want that experience. He just wanted to say, "I'm the king. Do everything for me. Tell me everything." But, like, bro, all you had to do was just chill. Like, he could have just left the meeting and just was like, "All right, see y'all when I see y'all."
Yeah. Well, let me move on to his mother. Not with him and his mother, but with Laris and his mother. Club there. And before I get to that, I did like when Laris was like that cat's more crippled than me. I was cracking up when he said that, actually.
Oh yeah. When he said that, yeah. He killed me with that.
He burnt it down.
Castle.
Yeah, right. But Laris says he comes in and he already knows she's taking that. Well, she let the plan BT out, so he see it over there. He know it came from Cole, but more like conversations without saying the exact thing that happened. And then Laris say, you must be worried about him. He's just sworn sword, and she like, he could be all right. You know what I mean? So I don't know how she really feeling about Cole right now, but she does get more into. They get more into Viserys and whether he picked Aegon or not. And Allison basically says, listen, at this point, it don't matter who picked who, Rhaenyra, Aegon, the war is on. We're going to see what happens at the end of the day. So, let me go right to Josh. How you feeling about what Laris and Allison do?
Yeah, they always have an interesting exchange when those two get together in a room alone. So it's always great entertainment to see that. And I think from Laris's perspective, he wanted to see, I guess, the queen's perspective on things, how realistic she was going to be. So when she said that, like, hey, and nothing else we can do, war is about to happen anyway. He was like, all right, you understand the assignment, you understand what's about to happen and whatnot. But I do think it is interesting how Laris always has his, similar to Littlefinger, right? Always has his fingers and webs everywhere. So it's just interesting to see another character who fits that archetype in Westeros, which is cool.
What's interesting though is that it made sense to me for Littlefinger because Littlefinger, his family wasn't highborn, but Laris is strong, so he had lands in a castle. So it's weird that he's so ambitious.
Oh, it's definitely not the same, Big Mike, especially in medieval times.
Yeah.
These were the times if your child was deformed and it came out, they would toss it over a cliff. So the fact that he's disabled, look at Tyrion being a dwarf.
Right.
Like Bran the Broken only happened after Armageddon happened in Westeros, right? Yeah. It's very superficial in that way.
Oh, because he's disabled, it makes him crave more. Okay, got you. All right, that's interesting. All right, it makes sense, Josh. Good call. And what else? We do get
That
back
do
to
make
that.
sense.
Yeah. So where are we at here now?
We got a
Oh,
comment from Brian Holiday.
oh, thank you. I understand that. I understand that Aegon is not a good person, but if the plan was to make him king, then Alden Allison had to take some blame for his incompetence.
Facts. They
Mm-hmm.
picked him. They picked him.
I think they thought they can just rule under him though, while he's the king.
Yeah, they thought they was gonna be able to take. Well, this is my thing though. How can you think you're gonna be able to control or take over anything when you couldn't even teach him shit beforehand?
Yeah,
There was no control beforehand.
yeah,
Where you think it's gonna go?
yeah. I agree. And then Cersei made the same mistake with Joffrey. She thought she could control him.
Remember? Yeah,
him
same
king.
shit.
Yeah. And she can control the king, you know.
Her grandfather, whatever. What was he like, the general or something? Yo, when he said,
He was the hand.
if you gotta say you are king, then you are not fit to be king.
Yo, if you notice, ever since Otto dipped, shipping really going downhill. Like he really need an Otto there.
Nah, I don't. No.
Otto was all about his game, though. Like it was all about Otto's game.
I disagree. I think Otto left when he knew it was going down. Like he knew when he like it's like one of those people who jump off the ship before like you seen the fire burning, so you hopped off beforehand, and then they could say, "Oh, it was because you weren't there." Like, nah, bro, I already seen the fire, so I dipped.
True.
Okay.
Like it's his fault while all of this is happening. And then
right, it was these were his ideas that got unfinished. So yeah, he got blamed for that shit. He need blame too.
He did put him on the throne though, like Brian said. Thanks, Brian, for the comment. Speaking of Your Grace, he goes into his study and sees his mom and looking for Viserys' books. She's trying to find out what Rhaenyra was talking about, but the books are gone. And he's like, "Mom, I just got rid of them. I didn't burn them." But anyway, she's fed up with him too at this point, and she goes in and she tells him, "Look, just because you're a king, they don't give you wisdom. All you had to do was, like Chloe said, do nothing. Let your advisors, let your people work for you. You done sent away your grandfather. You done made cold hand to the king, and you doing too much. All you had to do was just nothing." So, Chloe, how you feeling about his mother talking to King Aegon right there?
I think she's a day late and a dollar short. She should have told him that the day he got crowned the king. Listen, your job is to have fun, sleep with girls, drink liquor. You can come to meetings if you want. If not, don't worry about it. We got everything handled for you. Your job is just to be the face. And that's all she had to do to say to him. Because he don't want to be king. He did not aspire to be king.
No.
He did not aspire to any of this. And when she was pumping his head like, "Oh yeah, your dad wanted you to be king," she should have been like, "Listen, your dad did not want you to be king, but that's okay because we're gonna make you king anyway.
Right.
And this is how we're doing it. And all you
follow
need to
my
do
lead, right?
Follow
my lead, right?
And keep doing what you're doing. Because now that you're king, you could do more of what you were doing. Because nobody's gonna care because you're the king.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't do that. But then she went in on him. With stuff needed to be said, but her timing, as always, is horrible. And she's a bad mom. Horrible mom. And she didn't even read that he was like, I don't know. She was selfish. She was once again being selfish, only thinking about herself. Because she wasn't even reading the room. She just went in.
Mm-hmm. And this is what happens when you do dumb shit like that. You ain't read the room. You went in, and look what happened, isn't it? And then you said this shit to him, right? You should have been said this shit to him. You say this shit to him at the most high peak of wartime. So you forgot this asshole is impulsive. You forgot your son's impulsive. You don't think he about to run out there and prove himself because you just said that nut ass shit. Now you just fucked up. You sent the king out there.
And she probably was still in pain from her plan B, her plan T.
Yeah.
And she probably was hormonal.
And taking the anger out on him, yeah.
On him for her mistakes that she did. And so yeah.
Josh, how you feeling about Allison and Aegon right there?
Yeah, this scene reminded me of the expression in our community, babies raising babies, because when Allison got pregnant, she was basically a teenager, right? It was those times, so that's what it was about. So she didn't really have a chance to grow and become an adult because she's been treated as royalty. You know, King Jaffe Joe for her treatment. They doing everything for you, putting your clothes on for you, bathing you for you. You know what I mean? So it I'm not surprised she's a bad mom, but she is a horrible mother. And the fact that you're getting upset at your child for misbehaving because you didn't teach them to behave is literally the cat. I mean, excuse me, the pot calling the kettle black. So this is for both of them.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, and listen, Aegon was just a doofus, and that's what he is. But Aemon, she got no control over Aemon.
No.
And she gonna have real problems with that. We're gonna get to that later on and stuff like that. But anyway, speaking of moms, Rhaenyra finally gets back to Dragonstone, and Jace is going on. Jace overstepping me a little bit. Jace been going off on Rhaenyra, and he like, "Where the hell you been? We here trying to fight this war for you, and you ain't here." And you with the dragons, you with the King's Landing, the fuck, like he mad and whatnot. So they talk. They gotta send a dragon because Cole is marching on Rook's Rest. Rhaenyra finally said, people took my patience for a weakness, but I'll go. I'll do the dragon. Then they say, no, you can't go. You the queen. Jay says, I'll go. She says, you can't go. You don't have no experience.
No experience.
What
right.
you gonna do? Or whatever like that. So then our girl Rhaenys says, I'll take Meleys. I'll go after Cole. And stuff like that. And then she decides to go. So before we even get to her going, Josh, how you felt about this council scene with the Greens? I mean the Blacks, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you could tell that Jace is still, blaming, because typically you see this, unfortunately, if a parent passes away, typically the child will take it out on the other parent.
Yeah.
But since this is a case where his brother got killed simply because you ordered him to go someplace else on a dragon, and now you're about to do the same thing again. So it's kind of like, why aren't you, I guess he's losing patience because her decisions are also leading to negative outcomes. So that's typically what happens with kids when they reach that puberty age, right? You think you know everything when you obviously don't, because why? You don't have any experiences, but you think you do. You believe you do, and once you see confirmation bias, you might your parent or authority figure might miss say something, like a honest mistake, and you'll quickly correct them. Little things like that. So that's how I looked at Jace. And then when I heard Rhaenys say this, I was like, big dummy. What are you doing? Like you I don't know how old Corlys is, but I know she's in her 50s and in the book in her 50s. So I'm like, you're probably the oldest person here. Why are you volunteering to go?
Because she got the most experienced dragon, though.
I get that, and the biggest dragon.
Yeah, those,
on the team and most experienced. But that's who you want protecting the queen.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I get you, John.
You see what I'm saying? The same way that everyone's like, oh, wait, Vhagar, he has to guard King's Landing. Hold on, he can't be good. He can't be going out.
Let me ask you this before I get to Chloe on this. Corlys ain't say shit. He ain't be like, oh, nah, babe, you got to stay. Like, nah, I want you to go. So how you feel about Corlys, like, just saying, all right, babe?
I feel like he's so used to her coming back.
Okay.
You know how many times she done went out? She's a seasoned vet. So, she probably been out on numerous shit like that. Yeah. And always comes back. And I honestly felt myself like she probably... I wish she would have came back. I wanted her to come back, and I felt like she would have came back if that bitch ass nigga.
Boy. We'll get to that. Right.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I think the look in her eyes, she knew she wasn't coming back.
Because to me, going back to the council, it felt like Rhaenyra was more worried about her than Corlys a little bit to me. Maybe Corlys was confident, like you said. But Chloe, how you felt about Rhaenys volunteering herself to take the dragon and go?
Well, first of all, I think before I even talk about that, I think that Rhaenyra's son was right because everything he said to her was true. Why would you go to King's Landing?
Yeah.
Why would you go? All she had to do was shank her, and this
Facts.
war is over.
Facts.
And then it's like you having a conversation about a war that's already happened. Like we passed the point of talking.
Facts.
If you wanted to talk, you should have been talking before you sent your husband over there to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Facts.
So for me, that was just dumb. I felt like that whole episode, the end of the episode, was the dumbest thing ever. It was the dumbest thing ever. Like she wanted to do this whole let's talk approach. Do it before you kill his son. Because then she would have had to listen to her, right? Because her son killed her son. So it's like, that was her opportunity. Like I said, timing's all off. Secondly, so yeah, her son had every right to be mad at her. Like, what were you thinking? You didn't tell nobody where you went. Yeah, Damon not even here to hold down the castle. Like, you outside. Who knows where you are in King's Landing? Are you crazy?
That shit was crazy. King's Landing was crazy.
Well, real quick, because I don't want you, because that don't happen in the books. Rhaenyra never goes back to King's Landing to see Alicent.
Yeah,
that
was
dumb.
something.
That was
They added
dumb.
that to the show because they wanted to get the two actors together, the two women together again one more time. But that will never happen inside the books.
Yeah, no, that was stupid. That was dumb writing.
If they did it like that, they should have did it way differently. That was a dumb way of doing it.
They were trying to get. They were trying to get you seen Heat, right? You seen the movie Heat before?
Yeah. Yeah, remember them actors, some of them actors didn't even see each other that whole movie.
Right, but remember, there's only one scene with Pacino and De Niro inside the battle, right? So they made the whole movie and they ain't put no scenes with them together. So they went back and shot that scene. So that's kind of like this. We got to get a scene with Rhaenyra and Alicent together. And that's why they did that. But there's nothing like that in the books. But I do feel like it was dumb. I agree. And to Josh,
and then, I was going to speak upon that as well. So yeah, she wanted all the smoke now. Well, you could have just burnt them at the stake from the beginning.
That is a big issue for me. She should have killed them.
Like, now you sacrificing yourself to death, but you could have just killed them. And then all the dragons would have lived. It wouldn't have been a civil war. The kids would have lived. Everybody who was supposed to live would have lived.
I just want to put that shit on.
Well, let's get to it. She does go. Oh, hold on. Let me get back to Josh real quick.
She has a burden. Yeah, because she found about Corlys' kid.
She been knew about his kid.
She been knew about that shit, man. That was.
She said, "I know who he is."
She didn't see him in person.
That's true. Okay, that's true.
But this. I'm telling you, yo, I really felt she could have made it back home.
Hold on. Let me get there. E. So, battle starts. We get your boy Crispy Cole, and
Krusty Cole,
Corny Cole, all of them.
All of them. Yeah.
Whatever happened, she brought them up. So that part, Josh, I agree with.
So now she want to kill herself, so she don't gotta be there for the war. That makes no sense.
That's not what happened, Clover. We'll get to that. So at first we see it just a battle, right? They're on the battlefields, blah blah blah. Cole, for all the crazy part he's a good war strategist too. You know, Cole been in wars, so he got the plan. Him and Aemon, we gonna make this a battle on a regular battle. They gonna send a dragon to help out because they ain't got no men to help out. And then when we get that going, you gonna come in with Vhagar from the back end. However, the stupid King Aegon, he get all dressed up like he about to go to the party, get his dragon Sunfire, and he fly. So Rhaenys gets there, she start burning up the troops right away. Blah blah. And Cole's smart too, because he knew that was gonna happen. So he stayed in the back, like Chloe said. Cole knew what he was doing. But anyway, when Aemon start,
and the brother told him, "What are you doing? We do this at nighttime." He even told the brother about the plan.
Nah, he took away about the plan either. So when Aemon sees Aegon flying over, he's like, "You idiot!" But then he tells Vhagar to fall back. Vhagar ready though. Vhagar like, "Oh man, I gotta fall back." He kind of mad about it. So then we get the battle between the first battle. I'm gonna go to this one first between Sunfire and Maylis, where Aegon does decide to try to burn her. She gets around it, starts scratching the belly of the dragon, and they're fighting. So how you feel about the first part, just between Sunfire and Maylis? The first part.
All right, so listen, this is where I'm saying, she's definitely a seasoned vet. Did you see how her dragon was handling that?
Yeah,
that was incredible to me. The fact it was smart that he was like blowing the fire at him and stuff like that, but the fact that he aimed for his heart and was scratching that John up like yeah, you gonna die off this. I respected it, and I don't even think she told him to do that. I think he was doing that off straight instincts. Yeah, he was doing that off straight instincts. Now her, I ain't want her to die, man. I'm gonna be real.
Man, we gotta.
I know. I know, my fault. But like I said, she represented, man. Like I said, I really think she could have made it back if she'd have just killed him.
Josh, how you feeling about the very first part of this dance between Sunfire and Maylis?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought about. The whole, the claws locking and spinning around. That's literally the Dance of Dragons. So that was great to see with that amazing CGI budget. So that I think they nailed that scene. And then also the fireball between them as it's spinning around. So
as it was going down, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Fire.
That was like some Dragon Ball Z stuff, pun absolutely intended. I was like, but I was like, yeah, I thought that was a great scene. And again, both Maylis and Rhaenys, you could tell, are seasoned in battle because against the instincts. And remember, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Big Mike, the connection with the dragons is instinctual. So it's not like a Zord, but it essentially is like a Zord. You have that Zord connection with your dragon. Like, I think it, you do it, type of thing. Like, I feel it, you do it. So I thought that was cool that they were in unison for that first battle. That was great. And yeah, he got chipped.
You become a dragon rider when you're like a kid. So Maylis old
right.
as hell. I mean, Rhaenys old as hell. She been with Maylis for a long time right now. So
right.
Yeah.
She said, one more battle, old girl. Like she knew. You know what I mean? What it was. So, but Aegon, he did get chipped, and we could see that he's not seasoned, and he should be sitting there doing nothing once again. Chloe, how you feeling about Aegon out there with his dragon, Sunfire? What's up?
Well, he was drunk, first of all, so he was a little wobbly.
Yeah.
I don't know what he thought he was about to do. Maybe he didn't think there was going to be another dragon there. I think that he knew that his brother would probably have his dragon, because why would his brother not have his dragon? Because his brother always has his dragon. So I think that he was a little pumped because he had the alcohol, juice was flowing, but also he knew his brother was going to be there. He knew his brother was going to be there.
What was he going to do with Sunfire, though?
Yeah, he was going to burn the crops. He was going to try his best. I think it was a valiant effort on his behalf.
Okay,
like,
all right.
I think he tried his best. Did he fall short? Yes, but he still tried. He wanted to be the king that tried.
He wanted to be the hero once.
He wanted to be the hero.
Yeah.
Which is foolish, but whatever.
Yeah, and that's why Aegon called him an idiot as he's flying over him. Aemon, called him an idiot as he's flying over him. But as I said, Rhaenys is chipping Sunfire. Then we see Vhagar come. And when you see Vhagar come, and now you get to see Vhagar with these other dragons, you see how much bigger Vhagar is compared to these other dragons that they got. So he coming up, Aegon get all happy like, oh my god, thank the gods, my brother here. But his brother decide when he blew the fire, he gonna try to take them both out, and he mostly hit Aegon and Sunfire, and then they fall very far. So how you felt about that part when Aemon showed up and blew the fire as his brother too?
All right, so I love that part too, just off the fact that that's what you get, you idiot. You know how your brother is. You know what I'm saying? You know what's up with him. So why was you so excited to see him come with that big ass dragon that he can't control? Let's be real here. Yeah. Why are we giving him he didn't cause, that dragon did all that shit on his own. Let's be real. That dragon does everything on his own. That dragon ate that boy.
He did
because it got annoyed from the other dragon and it was pissed. That dragon came in for the kill and started blowing fire at both of them.
So you don't think Aemon purposely tried to take out his brother Aegon?
No, it's not that. I just feel like even if it happened, he didn't give a fuck. Like, all right, go ahead, just blow your fire because he know he don't. He know we like the people know he don't got control of that dragon. So even if it blew the fire at her and at Aegon, there's no control in that shit. That shit was probably gonna kill both of them.
Well, it's a big fireball, so yeah, I get you on that. But
yeah, like he wasn't gonna do short breaths and be like, let me just hit her. That's not how it works.
Let me get Chloe here. How you feel about that? How you feel about Aemon's what he was trying to do there at that point?
So I got two. I do have a question because from what I remember, wasn't she fireproof?
That's what I thought. Somebody is.
Yeah. So she's a Targaryen, right?
Yeah, she's a Targaryen.
So shouldn't they be fireproof?
I think they're. Yeah, I don't think they all are, but you see, the fire did hit them. They didn't die from the fire.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, he did. Okay, so that was my first question. My second thing was, yeah, he should have killed his brother. Then he could be next in line for king. But then I thought about the lineage, right? So if Aemon died, wouldn't Rhaenyra be next in line?
If Aegon died, you mean? The king
Aegon. Yeah.
Yeah, Rhaenyra would be next in line because not now. Yeah.
No. She's a woman, and they don't want to put her on the throne.
It would be a man.
But he already said that she was the queen. And then he changed the father. I mean, he pronounced that all the time.
But they already did it dirty. Yeah, they took it.
But they did her dirty for Aemon.
Exactly, Josh.
But if Aemon died, then not all fireproof.
Yeah.
So if Aemon died, then wouldn't she be next in line?
Nobody gonna stake her claim. Anybody in that? Because she's not part of the Greens right now.
But they already staking her claim right now.
Some people are, but not the ones inside King's Landing.
We don't care. What I'm saying is this, right? Yeah. They're going around conquering other lands, but under the namesake of Aemon.
Right.
But if Aegon dies,
right,
then everybody gonna be like, okay, well, Rhaenyra is the next in line. He died.
You talking about the people? You talking about regular people?
The people, yes, who they're still fighting for.
No, because the people still want a boy too. Remember that was the problem with everything. Yeah. With my peoples that just died. That was her problem.
That's why she was
queen. The people don't want a female.
But
they want a boy.
But the father already. If Aegon did not claim his thing to the throne, she would have been queen. People still follow her as queen.
I agree.
So if she defeated him,
I get what you're saying right there. Yeah.
She would. The war would be over.
Yeah, but not during the war though. I think way before that it probably would have worked. But during the war, people already chose sides and shit.
And real quick, Brian said, I think Aemon is opportunist like Daemon. He probably figured I can get two peas with one stone.
Yup.
Josh.
He
can't control that dragon though.
He did control the dragon though, because he told the dragon to sit, and the dragon listened.
He did.
And he told the dragon Dracarys, and the dragon Dracarys. He did it.
What about when he said no?
That was last season though.
That was last.
He got better.
Yeah, he told the dragon you shouldn't have did that. Now we're in trouble. Because the dragons could read their brains, and he probably wanted to kill his cousin. On a low.
That's fine. Well, he did because he's still mad about his eye.
And he wanted to kill his brother. That's why the dragon did what he did.
You might be right. That's
true.
That makes him even sicker.
The Greens
he's smart. It makes him smarter. Because if he kill his brother, he ain't got to deal with his brother no more.
Right, robot. Right.
Josh, so do you think Aemon did it on purpose? And what was his intentions there?
Oh yeah, he definitely did it on purpose, for sure. I mean, literally, Sunfire is a smaller dragon. So you tell me you missed the bigger dragon attacking the king, and you only basically crispy up the king's dragon. So that part, to me, is very obvious. We could be wrong. It could have just been edited that way, right? But from how it looked,
it was dead on Aegon.
And to Brian's point, I do think Eamon is a opportunist, so that was a great opportunity because similar to again because I feel like George W.R. Martin wants this in his content, so I automatically remember Robert Baratheon and his hunting accident. So whenever you have a war incident, right, a war accident, casualty of war, whenever you have a hunting accident, anything that gives you plausible deniability for someone to get killed. And someone who has power and that power can go away to someone else, typically that happens in Westeros. We see if they're not a good king.
Yeah, and the way they're how high they are, the people down below can't tell what he was doing really. So I feel like that does give plausible deniability. Now like you were talking about, your girl Rhaenys, she gets away after that, and she can head back, but she decides to turn around and engage with Vhagar again with her dragon Meleys. And at first she do pretty good, knock him to the ground and everything. And then we see him getting up, stomping on people, killing them, stuff like that. And she get away again. But then she decided to go back again, and then she meets her doom. Vhagar bites the neck of Meleys, draining him, killing him, and then she falls to her death. So why don't you pour one out for your girl Rhaenys? How you felt about her going back 2 times to fight Vhagar?
That pissed me off, man, because I felt like she did enough damage where she could have went back home. She was worthy and she was worth it to go back home after the damage. Once she knocked that man on his, once she knocked Aemon on his ass like that, she should have left, so he could have felt that. You get what I'm saying? So he knows, yeah, that's what's coming. That's what's coming later with other motherfuckers that's just as nice. And she blew it, man. She just kept going back, man. I don't know what she thought. Like, it was like I said, it felt like she had a death wish. But I don't get the death wish. Nothing was that bad for her.
Well, Chloe, you kind of alluded to what your thoughts were, but how you do feel about her going back twice to fight Vhagar in that scene?
Stupid. I was like, why is she going back? This is dumb. Another dumb moment in the series. They just needed to. Her contract must have been up because we ain't paying you no more. Because it was silly. Like it was absolutely no reason for her to go back. Not one.
Yeah, she did fight valiantly against 2 different dragons.
And her dragon was injured. So
yeah, it didn't make sense. Even her dragon looked at her.
No, her dragon. The way the dragon looked at her was like the dragon wanted to go back. Yeah. And she was like, okay, let's go back. I trust you, dragon. Yeah, right.
Yeah, nah.
The dragon was limping in the sky. The dragon should have just
went home.
She should have flew her dragon home and gave him some of that plantain. Yeah. And she could have been getting healed. Instead, I saw like the second biggest dragon in the whole series is dead now. That was stupid.
Yeah. But what was the one he was singing to? I thought that was a big ass.
That was another one.
They got no rider though.
I mean, it probably is. It's definitely going to be a rider for it.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a rider. Yeah.
It probably be maybe it's I don't know who's going to be riding it, but somebody going to ride. I feel like Damon's going to ride both of them. He's going to hop from one dragon to the next.
Yeah, they can do it. The show be doing stuff that's not in the books.
Josh is right. Meraxes is the one that's
Meraxes. That thing would be crazy.
There will be a riders, he said, but I'm not gonna say who it is. Josh.
Okay.
How you feeling about her coming back twice there after she got away twice there and still got killed? So.
Oh, excuse me, Chloe.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Damon was thinking of Vermithor actually.
Oh, Vermithor.
Vermithor. Okay.
That's who his name was. Yes, Vermithor.
Which will also get a rider. But go ahead.
Nice. So when I first, again, I was very impressed by the dragon dueling by Rhaenys, like looking like a seasoned vet.
She's
I was
like,
she was stripping them. Like I was like, okay, Rhaenys. And then you had the time to go away because you're living to fight another day, but. This is why I keep saying death wish, right? Because you could tell that she wanted that warrior's death, right? Or as Thor would say, to end up in Valhalla. And for certain people, that's a calling. For certain people, that's a calling. The same people who, go to the military. Shout out to our veterans. We appreciate you. Some people just have that calling, and some people just have a desire to end that way. So to be fair, she wanted to go out on her own terms. I think she realized that for the majority of her life, she lived on other people's terms. Even though she was a princess, she still had to do what other people told her to do. But you got to live incredibly comfortable. So, like, what are you complaining about? But from her perspective, I think she was at that age where I'm too old to be, subject to kids and teenagers. Like, I'm not listening to you idiots. Like, look how dumb you guys are. So that's how I viewed her. She wanted to get out of that. But as soon as she turned around, I was like,
Nigga, please.
you not going to do nothing with Vhagar long term.
No.
That's not like, and how are you going to mount an attack if you don't even see the biggest dragon in Westeros?
Yeah.
Just in terms of strategy alone, right? Also, your dragon that you have a telepathic connection with, right? Your dragon looked you in the eye and said, "Boss, I ain't got it today. I ain't got it right now. We can do it. We can do it again, but right now I ain't got it." And he was like, "Oh nah, come on." So yeah, I mean, to E's point, like, this would have been such an incredible victory for Rhaenyra and the Black, because you would have had witnesses who would live to tell a tale that the biggest dragon in Westeros got chipped. So what's going to happen when you combine Daemon's dragon, possibly Rhaenyra's, but at least Melee's? Yeah. You combine them together, and that's what Daemon's strategy was. I didn't think it could happen, but now seeing how Melee's did it, I was like, oh snap! They probably could have definitely took Vhagar together. Because I will agree that when I first saw Rhaegar in the sky, this is what I was thinking.
Bitch.
Yo,
she looked old as hell, right? She looked old as hell. I'm like, yo, nah, someone can get the best of that dragon. That dragon's like a senior citizen on a cane. You can tell by the way it flies. Got holes all in his wings.
It's about.
I'll be looking. I would be looking to chip. Not anymore though, right? But I would be looking to chip Vhagar personally.
Well, Vhagar's from the original Conqueror, so Vhagar is like 500 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
Holes in his wings and stuff like that.
It's huge though. Vhagar is huge.
He is huge. He's huge, but he's slow.
You would need like 5 dragons at once.
You need somebody agile. That's it, man.
You need all the little dragons to just peck at, like, yeah.
Yeah, and Josh, I definitely get your point on the whole thing. Definitely good. But next we get, I was gonna make a point too, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Let me read this first. Robot says, "Y'all remember when Rhaenys didn't burn Team Green? Yeah, the Dragon Pit.
Yeah,
we were talking about that. I think she turned back to fight Vhagar because she regretted that decision."
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, that I get, but at the same time, you doing that ain't gonna do anything.
Yeah,
it was kind of like the twin, Eric or whatever.
Yeah,
like you wasn't gonna do nothing. All you gonna do is go to your death. So if you're really trying to help, you need to inflict some damage and then survive. Thank you. Go back home. That's it.
Go the hell back home.
And also to your point, Josh, she probably didn't expect to see the king there. So the fact that he got, did it like that, it was a win for her too.
Mm-hmm. Like that. Yo, you seen her smirk when she saw him? Yeah, I was like, yeah, you don't even know what you brought your ass to. Because that's a vet right there.
Yeah. But speaking of the king, his brother at the end, we get Crispy Cole. He wakes up and he looking for the king. He see Aemon with a sword out. He's like, Aemon put a sword back in. And then Chris like, where's the king at? And he's like, oh, he over there. And he walks away and takes his dagger. So I guess how you felt about the end of the episode with Cole and was Aemon trying to kill the king with a sword? What you felt like that? What's going on?
Yeah, I definitely felt he was about to finish him off when nobody was looking. But when Sir Cole, spoiled it, he just walked off doing that dumb dopey walk he do. And I thought, boy was dead. The way they did that all fast and like you barely saw it, he looked dead for a second to me. But now when I see it slow down, I could, it ain't as bad as it looked when it first did it, the way they did it. I thought he was like damn near melted from the blood and all that shit. I didn't know he was still alive.
Well, he might as well be. But Chloe, how you feeling about the end there with Aegon with the sword out? And I'm talking Aemon with the sword out. These damn names in Westeros. Aemon with the sword out, and Chris Cole catching him there.
So first of all, Christian Cole, when he tapped the, he
the
tapped
baby,
out. Wasn't it Allison brother?
No, that's not Gawain. Gawain's still alive.
That's not him. All right.
No.
I thought that was Allison brother that he tapped and
Oh yeah, nah.
he was dusting bone. Like, oh, we gotta go find the king. Like, what? You was asleep this whole battle.
Right.
What you mean?
Crispy Crow was in the grass.
Everything. He's in the grass sleeping. Took a little nippy nap.
He did.
But I originally thought that old boy was dead. So thanks Mike.
Sorry.
Telling me. Spoiler alert, guys. He's not dead.
I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you for spoiling everybody. You know.
Yup, everybody spoil it. Yup, because it got spoiled for me. I'm spoiling it for everybody. You're welcome.
Yeah, I thought he was dead.
Yeah, Mike said
I can see
he's
how
not
you can
dead.
see it. He's not. Well, since it's out there now, he's not dead. Neither is Sunfire, but they are hurt really, 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 really bad. You can't.
Oh, Sunfire not dead? Damn.
No.
See, you spoiling more stuff, Mike.
I said that earlier already.
Oh, I didn't pay. No, it don't bother me. I just paid no mind. That shit should have died. Damn, that dragon ain't died.
Mike, can't help it. Well,
Josh.
give me a mic with the spoilers.
I did. Oh my god, that was your fault, Chloe.
You know what's pissing me off?
You spoiled one thing. You spoiled both things.
You
know what's pissing me off, yo? Why are the Greens getting off like this? This is it's crazy.
It's
because they go to church and they holy. They be praying. Holy. They be lighting candles for prayers. And meanwhile, Damon, he in there sleeping in the werewolf trees. He getting the bad spirits.
That's why they're getting off, number one, because Damon not there. Number two, because they got the biggest dragon, Vhagar. Vhagar is a beast. Josh, how you felt about Aemon's last act there? Possibly trying to kill his brother. But Cole stopping him and stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely looked like he was about to end him. Ease is passing there. But at the same time, it was going to be like, all right, even if Christian wasn't there, your point was to first with witnesses, you burn down your brother, and then you're gonna, even if he is alive at that point. Yep. So your next strategy is to stab him with one of the most famous blades in Westeros.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what are you doing? But maybe that also shows that Aemon, he now knows how sausage is made in Westeros. So he could even get away with killing his brother and taking the throne.
Yeah, I mean, Daemon, as much as we, Daemon is crazy. He never did try to kill Viserys for the throne, which we got to give him that. And throughout the Targaryen history, there's a lot of brothers who kill brothers for the throne. So I had to give Daemon that. But Aemon, I don't think gives a. We can see he don't give a damn. But I will say this was a good episode, guys. We got a major character that died, and I don't think anyone's seen it coming. So I do like that as far as other happenings.
I saw it coming.
You saw Rhaenys get
killed? As soon as she said, I'll do this. I'm riding out to battle. I'm like, oh, here she goes. She dead. Another one. Game of Thrones.
He didn't say come. He thought she was gonna make it back home.
No, he was hopeful. He knew, but he was hopeful. He had his fingers crossed, like, please don't die.
But this is what Game of Thrones does. So obviously this ain't gonna be, the last. But going around the group there, how would you rate the episode? This one?
I give this shit a 9. I give it a 9, a strong 9 too. I almost gave it a 10, but there was just little plot points I felt they was like doing a little messy with that they could have did a little bit better. But they everybody ain't perfect, so I still give it a 9.
Chloe?
I'm gonna say a 9. It was better than last week. Last week was a bore. I was bored.
You gave it a 7, by the way, last week. So,
I was like, you guys are boring me. I didn't even have nothing to say about last week, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, Aegon, we bore you. Okay.
Josh,
Born.
how would you rate it?
Yeah, I had to give it a strong 9.5. That was an incredible episode, all the way down. And I got to give a shout out to the director, all the way down to and George Double R Martin for how they even wove George Double R Martin's foreshadowing like into the scene and the imagery around it. So like when Aegon is at the in the council and he's tipping over the golden glass of wine, that was symbology, that was a symbolism for his sunfire, which is golden dragon that fell and crashed. So I thought that's exactly how George Double R Martin writes, and I love how they represented that. So this all that together, 9.5 for me.
Yeah. Also, Josh, when Allison dropped the dragon little statue thing, was also symbolic of her son's dragon falling and stuff like that.
Because that was Harry's favorite toy, right?
It was.
Yep. That was his favorite toy.
Yeah. Also, hold on, let me get back to Robot real quick. He says I didn't even notice that. But yeah, I would go 9.5 like Josh. I was very impressed. I think the Damon scenes kind of like threw me off like E a little bit. Like I know it's out, but I feel like Matt Smith is the biggest star of the show. So they got to put
he
him in
is.
episode.
He really is. Man.
Yeah. So I really had to give him some scenes, even though he's not really doing that right now. So that was kind of filler to me, the Matt Smith scenes. But the rest of it was fire. I'm happy. I'm excited to see what happens next. We'll see what happens with Aegon and Aemon. We'll see how Corlys feel that his wife is dead now. You know, love his life over there. How Rhaenyra feels about Rhaenys. So I'm excited for the rest of the season. This is the halfway point. So excited for that. I appreciate everybody. Do you guys like Simon Strong? I have no thoughts on Simon Strong.
Me either.
Who is that? The guy who owned the castle?
Yeah, the Santa Claus looking dude.
Yeah.
I think that I mean he's cool.
Right. He just.
I don't know if I don't know whose side he's on.
I don't.
On his side. But he seemed like the person I would be. I'd be like, I'm bending the knee. You want some food?
Oh yeah, he was like, I'm taking the castle. He was like, I'm taking the castle. He was like, sure, you got a castle.
Sure, bro. You hungry? I got some stew on the stove.
He was like, I'm not about to eat that poison food.
Yeah. He was
like,
right.
listen, but you could sleep in this bed. This bed made
this poison bed. Yeah.
No, but he drunk that poison Kool-Aid though.
He ain't eat that food, but he drunk that bullshit, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That'd have been me. I'd have been like, oh no, I ain't gonna poison your food, but I'm gonna put you in the bed that's haunted. Have you think about some decisions while you here, brother?
Yeah. But anyway, thank you, Robot. We on here every week, man, talking about this show.
Make sure you like. Well, I only see one like, y'all. Come on, let's get these
please.
Likes.
Brian, I think
please.
That was in the comments. Appreciate you too. Chloe, Josh, of course, every week. This was a good episode, good to talk about.
Right.
And this week we will be on here this week to talk about E's favorite show, The Acolyte, once again. You guys, I will see you on the next. Thanks again. Robot did say, hold on, he did subscribe. Appreciate that. Thanks. Peace.
Robot.